Sweden, officially known as the Kingdom of Sweden, has a rich history that dates back thousands of years. Its emergence as an independent and unified nation involved a combination of Viking heritage, territorial consolidation, and political evolution. Here's an overview of Sweden's founding. Sweden's history begins in the prehistoric period, but it became more prominent during the Viking Age. Swedish Vikings were known for their expeditions to Eastern Europe and trade routes extending as far as the Byzantine Empire. 1. Early settlements and tribal communities formed the foundation of what would later become the Swedish nation. By the 12th century, Sweden began consolidating under a monarchy. The unification process was influenced by the spread of Christianity, which replaced the Norse pagan religion. King Erik IX, Erik the Holy, is considered one of the early figures in unifying Sweden. His reign, circa 1150, marked the beginning of organized rule. Though the kingdom's structure was still loose in 1397, Sweden became part of the Kalmar Union, a political alliance with Denmark and Norway. This union aimed to unify the Scandinavian countries under a single monarch to strengthen their collective power. 1. The union was contentious, and Sweden often resisted Danish dominance. 1. This resistance culminated in a series of conflicts, including the infamous Stockholm bloodbath in 1520, where Danish King Christian II executed Swedish nobles. Sweden regained its independence under the leadership of Gustav Vasa, who became king in 1523 after leading a successful rebellion against Danish rule. Gustav Vasa is considered the father of modern Sweden for his efforts to centralize power, reform the administration, and establish a national Lutheran church during the Protestant Reformation. By the 17th century, Sweden emerged as a major European power under leaders like Gustavus Adolphus. Known as the Lion of the North, he modernized Sweden's military and expanded its territories during the 30 Years' War. This period, often referred to as the Swedish Empire, marked the height of Sweden's influence in Europe, including control over parts of modern-day Finland, the Baltics, and northern Germany. In 1809, Sweden adopted a new constitution and ceded Finland to Russia. The current royal family descends from Jean-Baptiste Bernadotte, a French general who became King Charles XIV John of Sweden in 1818. Today, Sweden is known for its commitment to democracy, neutrality, and social welfare. It remains a constitutional monarchy, with King Carl XVI Gustaf serving as a ceremonial head of state. Sweden's journey from a collection of Viking tribes to a unified and influential kingdom highlights its resilience and adaptability. The nation's history reflects a balance between tradition and innovation, shaping it into the progressive and prosperous country. Gustav Vasa, 1496–1560, the founding father of modern Sweden. Gustav Vasa is celebrated as one of Sweden's greatest national heroes, and is often referred to as the father of modern Sweden. His leadership in securing Swedish independence from the Kalmar Union and reforming the nation's governance laid the foundation for the Sweden we know today. 1. Early life. Gustav Vasa was born in 1496 to a noble family in Uppsala. He received a formal education and became involved in Swedish politics during a time of conflict between the Danish-dominated Kalmar Union and Swedish separatists. 2. The fight for independence. In 1520, Gustav fled to the countryside after Danish King Christian II, known as the Tyrant, executed many Swedish nobles during the Stockholm bloodbath. Gustav became a key figure in the Swedish rebellion against Danish rule. He rallied peasants and other forces, starting in Dalarna, a region that remains symbolic of Swedish freedom. By 1523, after several military victories, Gustav was crowned King of Sweden, marking the nation's independence from the Kalmar Union. 3. Reforms and achievements. As king, Gustav Vasa implemented several reforms that solidified Sweden's sovereignty and strengthened its government. Centralized power. He reduced the influence of the nobility and clergy, consolidating authority under the monarchy. Religious reforms. Gustav embraced the Protestant Reformation, breaking ties with the Catholic Church and establishing the Lutheran Church of Sweden. This move not only aligned Sweden with broader European trends but also allowed the state to seize church wealth and land. Economic stability. He reorganized taxation and promoted trade, laying the groundwork for a stable economy. 4. Legacy. Gustav Vasa's legacy as a unifier and reformer is deeply ingrained in Swedish national identity. His reign is often seen as the starting point of Sweden as a modern nation-state. He is commemorated annually on June 6, Sweden's national day, which marks his election as king in 1523. Other Swedish heroes: Raoul Wallenberg, 1912–1947, a diplomat and humanitarian. Wallenberg is celebrated for his heroic efforts during World War II. While stationed in Hungary, he issued protective passports and provided shelter to tens of thousands of Jews, saving them from Nazi persecution. Wallenberg's courage and ingenuity have made him an enduring symbol of Swedish compassion and resistance against tyranny. Charles XII, 1682–1718, known as the Warrior King, Charles XII was a military genius who led Sweden during the Great Northern War. Although controversial, his leadership exemplified Sweden's resilience and ambition during its time as a major European power. Dag Hammarskjöld, 1905–1961. Hammarskjöld was a Swedish diplomat and the second Secretary-General of the United Nations. His efforts to mediate global conflicts and advocate for peace earned him posthumous recognition, including a Nobel Peace Prize. Conclusion: from kings like Gustav Vasa, who shaped Sweden's independence, to modern figures like Raoul Wallenberg, who exemplified bravery and compassion, Sweden's heroes have left an indelible mark on its history and identity. Their contributions reflect the values of resilience, innovation, and a commitment to justice.